Good evening, class. Good evening, Professor Airway. Gong He Fat Choi, Sun Lin Fai Lok, or Happy New Year. New Year is seen as a time for change and opportunity in many cultures, including the celebrations of Lunar New Year in the Chinese culture, which are by no means any exception. This year, I was privileged to be asked by my boyfriend and his family to celebrate the Year of the Rooster in Chinatown. I took part in traditional preparations to see out the old year. I enjoyed special foods for a long life ahead, and I exchanged red envelopes for luck and prosperity for the forthcoming year. Today, my presentation will share with you some of the ways which Lunar New Year is celebrated in the Chinese culture. And next time you see a lion dance, you'll know the reason for its giant open mouth. First, let's look at some of the preparations that we did to see out the old year. To be prepared for opportunities in the forthcoming year, it's important that you have a clean home, that anything old or broken is discarded, and that you make sure your hair and body are also thoroughly clean. By the end of the last day, it's important that any old clothes, broken items, or any dirt is removed from your home. Badly worn clothes should be discarded. Anything that's broken should either be repaired or disposed of. And your home should be clean throughout. That includes vacuuming, it includes scrubbing the bathroom, and changing any linens. And of course, it's important to wash your hair and body. Now, this might seem sensible to do anyway, but it holds special meaning during preparations for Lunar New Year celebrations. It's considered to enter the new year with anything broken or old is entering the new year with bad luck. If you sweep or vacuum during the new year itself, it's said that you're sweeping away your good luck. And similarly, if you wash your hair during the new year, it's said to be washing away your good luck. If you need a haircut, it's best to do it before the end of the old year, because if you cut your hair, you're said to be cutting your luck off entirely. Homes and businesses are also decorated with decorations such as these, which are red and gold, and people also wear red during New Year's celebrations. The Encyclopedia Britannica says that red is used for Chinese New Year celebrations because to ward off a terrible beast named Nian. Now, Nian feeds on humans, but it says that he's afraid of the colour red. So red has become synonymous with good luck. It's important to begin the new year in an auspicious way, and performing all of these acts ensures that your new year will start with good luck. Now we understand some of the preparations. Let's look at some of the food that's eaten to mark the start of the new year and the symbolism behind it. Food's important generally in the Chinese culture, but it has even more meanings during New Year's celebrations. I asked my boyfriend, who's a member of the Ji Hao Oak Team Association in Chinatown, the significance of some of the foods that we ate during the New Year celebrations. And I'll share a few of these with you today. Firstly, we ate fried prawn crackers and noodles in a dish called gornjai. When not only is fried food tasty, but it also symbolises riches. As food is cooked, as the prawn crackers are cooked, they expand a lot like popcorn does, and this symbolises the growth of your wealth expanding. Several foods are also eaten because their names sound phonetically like words for good fortune. For example, fat go, which are cupcakes that also expand. Fat is the word for fortune, and it's said that as the cupcake's expanding, your fortune is expanding. Fat choy are stringy mushrooms. Fat choy is also the word for good fortune. And fish, or yu, is the word for surplus. He also told me there are some important ways that you should eat fish. Firstly, it should be served whole, intact, with its head and its tail. It should be the last dish left on the table, with some left over to ensure abundance for every year ahead. And it cannot be flipped over whilst it's on the table, because in doing so it's said to be the same as flipping a boat, which of course isn't very good luck for any of us. Above all, he told me, like in many other cultures, what's most important is that we eat these foods with family. As you have heard, symbolism plays an important part in Lunar New Year celebrations when it comes to food. Now let's look at some of the other celebrations and the symbolism behind them. Traditionally, older members of the family or community give red envelopes with money during New Year. Here's an example of an envelope, and some of the envelopes that I actually received this New Year are here as well. Envelopes are the lucky colour red, and they also come with gold lettering depicting good fortune words and also sometimes the character of the New Year. Aunts, uncles, brothers and sisters will give red envelopes to siblings in their family. It can be a very exciting time for children and also prove to be quite lucrative. It's important that when you give and receive a red envelope, you do so using two hands, out of respect. The envelope should only contain new notes that are crisp and clean, so you often see long queues waiting for the bank so that you can get brand new notes directly from them. It's important not to open the red envelope in front of the gift giver because this can be disrespectful. As well as friends and family, it's also traditional to feed lions. Lion dances come several times throughout the beginning of the year. We're often accompanied by a large drum and then some steel drums as well. Our lion dancers perform acrobatic moves, and the louder the drums and the more elaborate the acrobatic moves, the more luck is said to be brought by the lion dancers. It's good luck for the lions to come into your business or home, so you'll often see business owners standing outside their businesses waving a red envelope for the lion to see. When the lion sees it, they'll come over and they'll start performing dances. And when the business owner is happy that enough luck has been brought to his business or her business, they'll physically feed the envelope into the mouth of the lion. I was lucky enough to be asked by my boyfriend's association to feed a lion on their behalf this year. And here are some pictures of me doing so. So you can see the envelope going directly into the lion's mouth and me standing very excited waiting to feed the lion. Special preparations, food and gift giving are essential to celebrating New Year in many cultures, and the celebrations of Lunar New Year in the Chinese culture is no exception. Preparing your food, preparing your home, special foods and red envelopes are all central to ensuring good luck, health and prosperity for the year ahead. Now you've heard some of the rituals and their meanings, next time you see red decorations go up in Chinatown, you'll know that you're sure to have an auspicious year ahead. Thank you.